Everybody likes reading? Jahnavi?
Mataji, is there fasting on Srimad Chaturdashi for you right now?
Yes. Today is fasting for me. For Narsimha
Okay.
Chaturdashi. It's morning, right? So then now it's fasting started. So please pray. I should be able to fast.
Mataji, yesterday was fasting for me.
Yesterday for what? Ekadashi?
She was talking
But
about
Ekadashi was on Saturday.
Yeah. So yesterday was fasting for what, Moksha?
Mataji, what is the chapter name? Number Mataji, Canto 7 chapter?
Chapter 8, Mat. Chapter 8. Okay, everyone can see the screen?
Yes, Ma.
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Okay, and sorry about Friday. My laptop just did not it has problems. I'm doing it in another way now. So on Friday I could not join the class because it just did not work. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let me check with how many of you are here.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
I just wanted to say is what was I gonna say? Yeah, is it the same story like Hiranyakashipu? Are we gonna read
Yes.
that story?
Yes, the same one. Yes. And you know what? No matter how many times you hear it, it is always nectar to your ears, right?
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll get started. So we'll start with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Namo
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
Namaste
Saraswati Devi, Gaurani Pacharine, Shunyavari, Saraswati
Jai Shri Krishna
Jai Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay, so I see Mukund first and then Ramachandra. So according to whoever I see over here in my participant list, I'll be picking up those kids. Okay, so if you raise your hand, not raise also, it's fine. So Mukund, can you start reading the chapter 8?
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, can you tell me when to stop?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As
You'll be
described in this
highlighting
chapter.
this,
Okay,
highlighting it. So
Mataji. Okay, Mataji. As described in chapter 8, Lord Narasimha slays the king of the demons. As described in this chapter, Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill his own son Prahlad Maharaj. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared in front of the demon as Sri Nikeshari, half lion and half man, and killed him. Following the instructions of Prahlad Maharaj, all the sons of the demons became attached to Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When this attachment became pronounced, their teachers, Sananda and Amarka, were very much afraid that the boys would become more and more devoted to the Lord. In helpless condition, they approached Hiranyakashipu and described in detail the effect of Prahlad's preaching. After hearing of this, Hiranyakashipu decided to kill his son, Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was so angry that Prahlad Maharaj fell down at his feet and said many things just to pacify him, but he was unsuccessful in satisfying his demonic father. Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon, began to advertise himself as being greater than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Prahlad Maharaj challenged him, saying that Hiranyakashipu was not God, and began to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, declaring that Lord is all-pervading, that everything is under him, and that no one is equal or greater than him. Thus he requested his father to submissive to the omnipotent Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
thank you so much.
Thank
And
you,
you know
Mataji.
what, kids? Yeah, you know what, kids? Please pay attention to what you're reading because will also have a quiz over this. So just pay attention to what you are reading, okay? So that you do not miss anything. Okay, Janavi, can you read this?
Mataji, this is Moksha speaking. I'm a little sick today, so I can't really do the quiz.
Oh, no quiz today. Eventually you'll have quiz. Okay, not right today. Yeah, Janavi, please go read this.
The more Prahlad Maharaj glorified the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the more angry the demon became Hiranyakashipu and Vaishnava, and whether his God existed within the columns of the place in
Palace.
Prahlad Maharaja immediately accepted that since the Lord is present everywhere, he was also present within the columns. When Hiranyakashipu heard the philosophy from the young son, he did
Right, voice statement.
the boy statement as just the talk of a child and forcefully struck the pillow with his fist.
Very good. Thank you so much. Ramachandra, can you read the next para?
Yeah, Mataji. I also want to say like something when Mukund was reading like the second, like the big one, like I remember like in the temple, like there for National Jadashi, there like had like a drama, and I was like Prahlad Maharaj, and then when I went to like Chanda and Marka, and then they're like they were like testing me and said like, what have you learned? And then I was saying all about Supreme Lord, and then I'm not sure it was Shanda or Marka. They literally just took me by the legs and like flipped me on upside down, and he was like shaking me from the legs.
Did they really do it?
Yeah.
If you have some photos, do share it with us.
I don't have like from the upside down, but I have it like after the drama.
Okay, please share it. Please share it.
Okay. As soon as Hiranyakashipu struck the column, there issued forth the tumultuous sound. At first, Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, could not see anything but the pillar. But to substantiate Prahlad's statement, the Lord came out of the pillar in his wonderful incarnation as Nrsimha, half lion, half man. Hiranyakashipu could immediately understand that the extraordinarily wonderful form of the Lord was surely meant for the death. And thus he prepared to fight with the form of half lion, half man. The Lord performed his pastime by fighting with the demon for some time, and in the evening, on the border between day and night, the Lord captured the demon, threw him on his lap, and killed him by piercing his abdomen with his nail. The Lord not only killed Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, but also killed many of his followers. When there were no one else to fight,
The Lord,
Lord, roaring with anger, sat down on Hiranyakashipu's throne.
Thank you so much. Okay, Kavya, go ahead.
The entire universe was thus relieving the rule of Hiranyakashipu, and everyone has, I can't read this word, Mataji,
Jubilant.
jubilant in the transcendental bliss. Can't read? Bliss. Then all the demigods headed up by Lord Brahma approached the Lord. These included the shiny, saintly persons, the Pitas, the Siddhas, the what? I can't.
Vidyadharas,
Vidyadas, the Nagas, the Manus, the Prajapatis, the Gandharvas, the Karanas,
Chanaras,
Kanaras, the
Chanaras,
Chanaras, the Yaksas,
Yakshas,
Yakshas, the
Kim Purushas,
Kimpurushas, the
Vaitalikas,
Vaikalikas, the
Kinnaras,
Kindras, and also many other varieties of beings in human form. All of them stood not far from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and, began offering their prayers unto the Lord. Those spiritual flew
Effulgence.
by the brilliant as he sat on the throne.
Very good. Thank you so much. So now, Samskriti, can you read
Yes,
the
Mataji.
translation and uh, purport?
Yes, Mataji. Narada Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instructions of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instructions given by their teachers Sananda and Amarka. This is the effect of the preaching of a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. The pure devotee is qualified, sincere, and serious about Krishna consciousness, and if he follows the instructions of a bona fide spiritual master, as Prahlad Maharaj did when he was preaching the instructions he had received from Narada Muni, he was preaching in his preaching is effective. As it said in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.25. Satam prasangam mama virya samvido bhavanti karna risha naya kataha. Mataji, I cannot hear. If one tries to understand the discourages, even by the Sat or pure devotees, these instructions will be very pleasing to the ear and appealing to the heart. Thus, if one is inspired to take Krishna consciousness, and if one practices and processes in his life, he is surely successful in returning home, back to Godhead. By the grace of Prahlad Maharaj, all his classmates, class friends, the son of demons became Vaishnavas. They did not like hearing from their so-called teachers Sananda and Amarka, who were interested only in teaching them about diplomacy and politics, economic development, and similarly topics meant exclusively for sense gratification. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Samskriti. Okay, Dhruba, can you come on video, Dhruba?
Okay.
Yeah, can you start reading?
Okay. Translation. When Sanda and Amarka, the sons of Shukrasarda, observed that all the students, the son of demons, were becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness because of the association of Prahalada Maharaj, they were afraid approached the king of demons and described the situation as it is. The words Badim Ekanta Samtitam indicate that as an effect of Prahalad Maharaj's preaching, the students who listened to him became fixed in the conclusion that Krishna consciousness is the only object of human life, that the fact is about anyone who associates with the pure devotee and follow his instructions becomes fixed in Krishna consciousness and is not disturbed by materialistic consciousness. The teacher particularly observed this in their students, and therefore they were afraid because the whole community of students was gradually becoming Krishna conscious.
Yeah, so story here far is that what happened was like Prahlad Maharaj, because he was so much into devotion, he was so much into chanting of the holy name. What happened was he used to not they used to not listen to Shanda and Amarka. Okay, now see, please pay attention. If I if at the end of the reading, if somebody asks you who were the demonic teachers that Prahlad Maharaj had, so you should be able to answer. What is the answer?
That the students were going in Krishna
Sanda Amarka.
And then Amarka, who are the teachers of of Prahlad Maharaj? Are the demonic teachers or the sons of Shukracharya? Shanda and Amarka. Okay, so like this, if questions are asked, you should be able to answer, and that will happen only if you are paying attention to what you're reading. Okay. Yes, Keshavi.
Mataji, should I say the sloka too? Okay.
Shloka, yeah, you know what? Will read the translation and the purport, because then we won't be able to finish what we are reading, huh? So the internal shlokas which are coming, you can skip that. You can just mention which shloka it is. Is that okay, Keshavi?
Okay, Mataji. Translation. When Hiranyakashipu understood the entire situation, he was extremely angry. So much to his
So
body
that
trembling. So that his body trembled. Thus, he finally decided to kill his son Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu was in nature very cruel. And feeling insulted, he began hissing like a snake, trampling upon by someone's foot. His son Prahlad was peaceful mind and gentle. His senses were under control, and he stood before Hiranyakashipu with folded hands. According to Prahlad's ancient behavior, he wasn't to be chastened yet, with staring, crooked eyes. Hiranyakashipu rebuked him with following harsh words. Purport. When one is impudent toward a highly authorized devotee, one is punished by laws of nature. The duration of his life is
diminished.
huh?
Diminished.
Diminished, and he loses the blessings of the superior person and result of the pious activities. Hiranyakashipu, for example, has achieved such great power in the material world that he could subdue practically all planetary systems in the universe, including the heavenly planets,
Vargaloka.
Svardaloka. Yet now, because of his mistreatment of such a Vaishnava as Prahlad Maharaj, all research of tapasya diminished, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.4.46.
Yeah, you can read this.
Okay, Mataji. When one mistreats great soul, his lifespan, opulence, reputation, religion, position, and good fortune are all destroyed.
Okay, so see, this is the moral, right? So Hiranyakashipu had already reached a lot of great heights, right? He had a lot of many wounds, but because of his uh, not so good behavior, what happened was
He
he,
lost everything.
yes. Tulasi Manjari, yeah. Can you start
Yes,
reading?
yes, Mataji. Hiranyakashipu said, O most impudent, most unintelligent disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj. Purport. Hiranyakashipu condemned his Vaishnava son Prahlad for being Durvinita, ungentle, uncivilized, or impudent. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, however, has derived a meaning from this word Durvinita by the mercy of the goddess of learning Saraswati. He says that Du refers to this material world. This is confirmed by Lord Krishna in his instruction in Bhagavad Gita that this material world is Dukhalayam, full of material conditions. V means Vishesha specifically, and Nita means brought in. By the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Prahlad Maharaj was especially brought to this material world to teach people how to get out of the material condition. Lord Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. When the entire population or part of it becomes forgetful of its own duty, Krishna comes. When Krishna is not present, the devotee is present, but the mission is the same, to free the poor conditioned souls from the clutches of Maya that chastises them.
Yeah, go ahead. Read. Can you keep reading?
Uh, yes, Mataji. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur further explains that the word mandat man means manda, very bad or very slow in spiritual realization. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya. Prahlad Maharaj is the guide of all the mandas, or bad living entities who are under the influence of Maya. He is the benefactor even of the slow and bad living entities in this material world. Kula Beda Karadama. By his actions, Prahlad Maharaj made personalities who establish big families seem insignificant. Everyone is interested in his own family and in making his dynasty famous. But Prahlad Maharaj was so liberal that he made no distinction between one living entity and another. Therefore, he was greater than the great Prajapatis who established their dynasties. The word stabdham means obstinate. A devotee does not care for the instructions of the asuras. When they give instructions, he remains silent.
Thank you so much, Tulasi Manjari. Oh, you know what? You
Thank
can
you.
just finish this of Tulsi Manjari. We'll go to the next part then. Keep reading.
Okay. A devotee cares about the instructions of Krishna, not those of demons or non-devotees. He does not give any respect to a demon, even though the demon be his father. Much cha sa nod vritam. Prahlad Maharaj was disobedient to the orders of his demoniac father, Yamakshayan. Every conditioned soul is under the control of Yamaraj. But Hiranyakashipu said that he considered Prahlad Maharaj his deliverer, for Prahlad would stop Hiranyakashipu's repetition of birth and death, because Prahlad Maharaj, being a great devotee, was better than any yogi. Hiranyakashipu was to be brought among the society of bhakti yogis. Thus, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained these words in a very interesting way, as they can be interpreted from the side of Saraswati, the mother of learning. Thank you, Mataji.
So see, in these there are so many full forms which are given, right? Like what manda means, what the durvinita means. So when you're reading to it, see to it that you can just keep a note of all these. Okay.
Mataji,
Yes,
I found a picture.
of yourself.
Yeah, Prahlad.
Okay, can you send it in the group, Ramachandra? I really wanted you to do some drama, but let's see how we can do it. Maybe some time, but we'll have one slot specifically for that. Let's see how it goes. Okay, then we have Samskriti. Okay,
Is
Varun.
it the upside down one?
No, not yet, I guess. Varun, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji.
yeah. Can you start reading, Varun?
Okay, the translation.
Yeah, from there.
Okay. My son Prahlada, you rascal. You know that when I am angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble along with their chief ruler. By whose power has a rascal like you become so impudent that you appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you? The relationship between a pure devotee and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is extremely relishable. A devotee never claims to be very powerful himself. Instead, he fully surrenders to the lotus feet of Krishna, being confident that in all dangerous conditions, Krishna will protect his devotee. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita 9.31, Konteya pratirani hiname bhakta pranashyati. O son of Kunti, declare boldly that my devotee never perishes. The Lord requested Arjuna to declare this instead of declaring it himself because sometimes Krishna changes his view and therefore people might not believe him. Thus, Krishna asked Arjuna to declare that a devotee of the Lord is never vanquished. Hiranyakashipu was perplexed about how his 5-year-old boy could be so fearless that he did not care for the order of his very great and powerful father. A devotee cannot execute the order of anyone except the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the position of a devotee. Hiranyakashipu could understand that this boy must have been very powerful since the boy did not need heed his orders. Hiranyakashipu asked his son, Kimbala, how have you overcome my order? By whose strength have you done this? Hare Krishna.
So if like a question is asked over here, who said to whom or who asked whom? Like Kim Balaha. That means so you should be able to answer. Who said to whom? Kim Balaha?
Hiranyakashipu
Hiranyakashipu
asked
asked
Prahlad
Prahlad.
Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj, right? So, and if I ask you, in which verse of Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned, like that the Lord says that the Lord tells,
9.31.
9.31.
yeah,
9.31.
asks his devotee to declare that uh, um, uh, that a devotee of the Lord is never vanquished. So you should remember these, right? So see how the quotes are mentioned, so we can remember that at this step. Okay, so next we have, okay, Samskriti is done. Khushi, can you come on video, please? Okay, Khushi is on video. Where are you? Okay, no, Khushi isn't there yet. Is it? Okay, no, wait. Replace plot. Yes.
She is.
Yeah, Khushi is there. Yeah, Khushi, can you start reading?
Prahlad Maharaj said, My dear king, the source of my strength, of which you are asking, is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kinds of strength is one. He is not only your strength or mine, but the only strength for everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength, whether moving or not moving, superior or inferior. Everyone, including Lord Brahma, is controlled by strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Very good. Yeah, keep reading. I think the whole purport you can read. You can skip the verses over there. You can just mention over here. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Know that all beautiful, glorious, and mighty creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. This is confirmed by Prahlad Maharaj. If one sees extraordinary strength or power anywhere, it is diverted from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To give him an example, there are different grades of fire, but all of them derive heat and light from the sun. Similarly, all living entities, big or small, are dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One's only duty is to surrender, for one is a servant and cannot independently attain the position of a master. One can attain the position of master only by the mercy of the master, not independently. Unless one understands the philosophy, he is still a Muda. In other words, he is not very intelligent. The Mudas are asses who do not have this intelligence, cannot surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Understanding the subordinate position of living entities takes millions of births, but when one is actually wise, he surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. Can you read this?
After many births and deaths, he is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such great souls is very rare. Prahlad Maharaj was a great soul and Mahatma and therefore he completely surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord. He was confident that Krishna would give him protection under all circumstances.
Thank you so much, Kushi. Rishikesh, can you start reading the next?
Yes, Mataji. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Supreme Controller and Time Factor, is the power of the senses, the power of the mind, the power of the body, and the
Vital.
vital force of the senses. His influence is unlimited. He is the best of all living entities and the controller of the three modes of material nature. By his own power, he creates the cosmic
Manifestation.
manifestation, maintains it, and annihilates it also. Since the material world is being moved by the three material modes, and since the Lord is their master, the Lord can create, maintain, and destroy the material world.
Thank you so much, Rishikesh.
Thank you.
Krishna Nena, can you start reading? Krishna Nena, are you there?
Prahlad Maharaj continued, "My dear father, please give up your demonic mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind
Poised.
towards everyone, except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind. There is no enemy within this world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, one then comes
to the position of worshiping the Lord perfectly. And thus one is able to fix the mind at the lotus feet of the Lord. The mind is impossible to control. As Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.34. For the mind is restless, turbulent,
Obstinate.
obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and
Subdue.
subdued. It seems to me it is more difficult than controlling the wind. The only bona fide
Bona-
process for control the mind is to fix the mind by service to the Lord. We create enemies and friends according to the dictation of the mind, but actually there are no enemies and friends, but the sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. To understand this is the condition for entering into the kingdom of devotional service. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Krishna Nana. Ojasvi?
Mataji, can Moksha? Yes, Sri.
Yeah, Moksha. After this, I'll tell you. Okay, Moksha?
Okay, translation. In former times, there were many fools like you who did not conquer the 6 enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. Those fools were very proud, thinking, I have conquered all enemies in all 10 directions. But if a person is victorious over the 6 enemies and is equipoised toward all living entities, for him there are no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance. Purport. In this material world, everyone thinks that he has conquered his enemies, but not understanding that his enemies are his uncontrolled mind and 5 senses, manaha, shashtanindriyani, prakritishtani karshati. In this material world, everyone has become a servant of the senses. Originally, everyone is a servant of Krishna, but in ignorance, one forgets this, and thus one is engaged in the service of Maya. Their lusty desires, anger, greed, illusion, madness, and jealousy. Everyone is actually dependent on the reactions of material laws, but still one thinks himself independent and thinks that he has conquered all directions. In conclusion, one who thinks that he has many enemies is an ignorant man, whereas one who is in Krishna consciousness knows that there are no enemies but those within oneself, the uncontrolled mind and senses. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Remember this, in Krishna consciousness knows that there are no enemies but those within oneself. So this lusty desire, anger, greed, illusion, madness, jealousy, they are not outside, they're all in us, right? So we have internal enemies to take care of. So if we take care of them, other enemies do not matter, okay? They do not exist. Akshita, can you start reading from here?
Yeah, I actually wanted to. I asked before.
Yes, yes. I'm going according to the sequence which I see, Moksha. Don't worry, I'll tell you, okay? Don't worry, I'm not going to miss anyone. Yes, Akshita, go start reading.
Okay, Mataji. Translation. Hiranyakashipu replied, You rascal, you're trying to minimize my value as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands. For this kind of nonsensical talk is
Indulge.
indulged in by those about to die. Purport. It is said in Hitopadesha, Upadesho hi murkanam prakopasha na shashtaye.
Sanyate. Santaye.
If good instructions are given to a foolish person, he does not take advantage of them, but becomes more and more angry. Prahlad Maharaj's authorized instructions to his father were not accepted by Hiranyakashipu's truth. Instead, Hiranyakashipu became increasingly angry at his great son, who was a pure devotee. This kind of difficulty always exists when a pure devotee preaches Krishna consciousness to persons like Hiranyakashipu, who are interested in money and women. The word Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu refers to cushions or good bedding. Moreover, a father does not like to be instructed by his son, especially if the father is a demon. Prahlad Maharaj's Vaishnava preaching is to his demoniac father was indirectly effective, for because of Hiranyakashipu's excessive jealousy of Krishna and his devotee, he was inviting Narasimhadev to kill him very quickly. Thus, he was expediting his being killed by the Lord himself. Although Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he described here by the added word Shri. Why? That answer is that fortunately he had such a great devotee son as Prahlad Maharaj. Thus, although he was a demon, he would attain salvation and return home back to Godhead.
Mataji, why did you write persons? Why couldn't you just put people there?
Where?
It says persons where she read it.
Prabhupada typed that. And Mataji, I have a question. So, why is Narasimhadev calling Prahlad or Hiranyakashipu a rascal?
Hiranyakashipu is calling Prahlad a rascal because he was so angry at him that he said that how dare you do this to me, right? So
Yeah.
that calling him a rascal. Okay, Moksha, Haribol Moksha, are you there?
Mataji, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Why did Kayadu marry I'm here. Why did
Okay.
Kayadu marry Hiranyakashipu if he was a demon?
Yeah, because Kayadu also should be from a demonic family, right? The demons. So she must have married him because he was from a demonic family, and she also should be belonging from a demonic family, right? Like Ravana, all these, they were coming from a demonic family. Sometimes Brahman Kanyas used to get married to them. So I'll have to see what is Kayadu's like the history, like where did she come from, and then we'll be able to answer that more. Okay. Who was it that asked question?
Krishna.
Okay. Okay. Moksha, can you start reading?
So I just read the translation.
Start reading. I'll tell you.
Oh, most uncomfortable,
Unfortunate.
unfortunate Prahalad, you have always
Described.
described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all
Pervading.
pervading, but where is he? If he is everywhere, then why isn't he not present before me in this pillar?
Okay. Start reading.
Demonists sometimes declare to a devotee that they cannot accept extinction of God because they cannot see him. But what the demon does not know is
Stated by the Lord Himself.
stated by the Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita 7.25.
Naham. You want to read that or you want to read directly the translation? That's also okay.
Naham
Naham Prakasha.
Prakasha
Sarvesha Yoga.
Sarvesha Yoga
Sarvasya Yoga. Maya.
Maya
Samavrata.
Samavrata. I am never manifested to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by Yoga Maya. The Lord is open to being seen by the devotees, but non-devotees cannot see him. 1 second, Mata. Where did I stop, Mataji?
Yeah, the qualification.
The qualification for saying God is standard in Balaram
Brahma Samhita.
Brahma Samhita 5.38.
Premanjana.
Mataji, can I just skip to the translation?
Okay. Premanjana Chuchurita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu Viloka Kanti. Yeah, go ahead.
A devotee who has developed a
Genuine love.
love for Krishna can always see him everywhere.
Whereas
Whereas
a demon. Are you there? Do you find where you?
1 second, Mataji. Where did I stop?
Over here. Moksha, you have to be in the class. Are you there in the class?
Yes.
Yeah, start reading. Whereas, you see the highlighted part?
Yes, Mataji. Whereas a demon not having a clear
Understanding
understanding of the Supreme Lord cannot see him. When Hiranyakashipu was threatening to kill Prahalad, Prahalad sincerely
saw
the
column standing
column standing before him and his father. And he saw that the Lord was present in the pillar to
encourage him
not to fear his demonic father's words. The Lord was present to protect him. Hiranyakashipu marked Prahalada's
observation
and asked him, "Where is your God?" Prahalada Maharaj replied, "He is everywhere." Then Hiranyakashipu asked, Why is he not in the pillar before me? Thus, in all circumstances, the devotee can always see the Supreme Lord, where else
The non-devotees.
the
The non.
non-devotees cannot.
Very good. Balavrinda, are you there?
Mataji, can I go?
Who is it?
Rai Prahlad?
Yeah, 1 second. Okay, Raya Prahlad. Balavrinda, are you there?
Mataji, she's in the restroom, Mataji.
Okay, okay, okay. Varsha, are you there?
Mataji, she
Varsha?
wants to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's coming, Mataji. She wants to do.
Nothing.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj has here is
Addressed.
trust by his aunt and
Father.
father has the most unfortunate Hiranyakashipu thought himself
Extremely
fallen,
fortunate
fortunate
because
because he
Possessed.
was
has
The property.
the property
Universe.
of the
Universe.
universe. Prahlad Maharaj, he was
Legitimate.
to
legitimate son
son was to
have
inherit
this vast property
this vast property but before
because
of his
influence he was
he was going to die at
his
his
Father.
hands before
the demonic
father
considered
Prahlad the most
unfortunate
unfortunate
because
Prahlad would not be
able
to
inherit
inherit the
his
His
property.
property. Hiranyakashipu did not know that Prahlad Maharaj was the most
Fortunate
fortunate person
within
within
three worlds. Because correct.
Because Prahlad was
Protected
protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such are the misunderstanding of
Demons.
demons. They do not knowing that a
Devotee.
devotee is
protected
protected by the Lord in all
circumstances. Kaunteya
Kaunteya
Pratijanati.
Kaunteya Pratijanati Name Bhakta Pranashyati.
Very good. Raya Prahlad, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Can you start reading?
Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now
Serve your head.
serve your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. Demons always think that the God of the devotees is
Where are you? Comes to protect you. Okay, demons always think that the god of the devotees is fictitious.
Demons always think that the god of devotees are fictitious. They think that there is no god and that the so-called religious feeling of
Religious feeling of devotion to God.
of devotion to God too, but in a plate, a kind of illusion like the illusion
Derived.
derived from one
LSD.
LSD and
Opium.
opium. Hiranyakashipu did not believe Prahlad Maharaj when Prahlada asserted that his Lord is present everywhere, because Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon, was convinced that there is no God and that no one could protect Prahlada. He felt encouraged to kill his son. He challenged the idea that the devotee is always protected by the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Very good. Adarsh, I see someone called Adarsh. Where's Adarsh?
Yes.
Can you read the translation, Adarsh?
Yes. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was a very great in bodily strength, thus chastised, has exalted devotee son Prahalada with harsh words, cursing him again and again. Hiranyakashipu took up his sword and got up from his royal throne with great anger, struck his fist against the column.
Very good. So we are stopping at 7.8.14. Okay. So remember for tomorrow there will be some. Where am I? Do you see me?
Yes, Mataji, we can see you.
Mataji, we can see you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you.
And hear you.
Yeah, tomorrow Padmasati Mata. Okay, listen. Tomorrow Padmasati Mataji is going to take up the class, and you will be making a wonderful offering also to the Lord, and you'll be singing the Narsimha Arti also. So see to it that you have your things ready when the class starts, because you'll be reading, you'll be making the offering, and also doing an Arti to the Lord. Okay, because tomorrow is Narsimha Chaturdashi, so it will be very, very nice if you can make an offering and offer it to the Lord. Okay, and she's going to teach you something yummy.
Happy Narsimha Chaturdashi,
Mataji,
Mataji.
is this cooking
Happy
class?
Narsimha Chaturdashi.
Mataji, is this cooking class?
Tomorrow. Okay, so today we had reading, so that is the reason we did not shift to
Today
Godhead
I'm going to
Mastery.
make any craft or something.
Not today. We just read today. Okay, so see to it that you all are present tomorrow with your things ready. So I think Mataji, is it getting late?
Yes, Mataji, 1 minute cross.
So, yeah, we can stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः आस्ते करिपक्षविंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय माता जी हरे कृष्णा
Shri Narsinga, Jai Narsinga. Jai, bye-bye everyone. Narsinga Chaturdashi ki jai. Hari Bol.
so much
Hey, Ramchandra, you're looking so pretty. Hari Bol.